Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Chernobylite. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 30 bucks. There are a couple of DLCs available, you can check them out for yourself. The White Rose Pack is $4, and the Art of Chernobylite is $6. So what is Chernobylite? It wasn't what I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting like some kind of stalker roguelike game, and in a sense it is. I typically have never really played a stalker game, at least for at length. And I was expecting, based on the title of the game, Chernobylite, I was expecting a roguelite experience. And again, in a way, it kind of is, but it's also got this base building element to it. There's a story that it's actually telling. It's actually quite good so far. My only real complaint with it are the crashes that I've experienced within my 3 or 4 hours of playtime so far. I've had two hard crashes. Luckily, the game has an autosave system, and it's pretty generous in that. So you just have to reload up the game and possibly redo something, but typically you're able to jump right back into it where you left off. So, what are you going to be doing in this game? Well, you take on the role of Igor, whatever. It depends on whether or not you're a fan of Young Frankenstein. Anyway, you take on the role of Igor, and you're trying to save Tatiana. She was the love of your life. And what's weird is that you've got this whole time travel thing going on, where Chernobylite is this energy or material, whatever, that allows the user to power this portal gun that allows you to create a wormhole that goes back in time or alter reality or something or other. And that's what Chernobylite is. It's just this energy. But anyway, yeah, completely different than what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Chernobylite, roguelite. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, no, it's not. Chernobylite's an actual material in this game that powers your little portal gun. Anyway, so you take on the role of Igor, and your ultimate goal in the story mode is to save your girlfriend slash fiance, whatever, the love of your life. And the way you do that is that once you get past the tutorial and the story introduction, you are thrust into this base. And from there, you're going to be embarking on missions. Now, you do get companions, too, and every day you get to send them out on missions, too. They will, try and complete the missions that you set forth. Whenever you assign your companions to a mission, it'll give you the percentage chance that it'll succeed, and at the end of the day, once you're done with the run that you've done, the game will also tell you, okay, this companion succeeded in their mission, this is what they got, and so on. Now, you pick your mission, and then you go out. Now, obviously, I'm still in the early stages of the game, only being in here for 3 or 4 hours. But so far, the experience has been more stealthy than what I expected. Typically, as a scientist, you're not really trained in the military, so you're going to be going around sneaking, trying to get behind people and taking them out. In doing so, you lose. There's actually two meters that you have to worry about. There's condition and there's psyche. Whenever you kill someone, you lose psyche unless you've trained in that appropriate skill, which I'll get to in a little bit. And again, you've also got health. You'll also be coming across various radioactive pools that you have to avoid. Radiation will harm your character. Luckily, there's loot almost everywhere. You get this Pip-Boy, for lack of a better term. This game reminds me of Fallout 4, but I'll get to that in a minute. In that you've got this little meter. Not only does it detect radiation around you, but you can also filter different scan modes, and you can scan for herbs or scan for electronic parts or whatever. Even if you can filter it to scan for something in particular, but it'll still reveal everything. Items in green in the environment, either X-rayed green, are what you've scanned for, and everything in yellow is what you have not scanned for, but you can still detect, which is nice. So you go around in this arena map, avoiding enemies, looting materials. You do have a rudimentary crafting in the mission as well, like you can create traps and other things, but primarily you're going to do the majority of your crafting at your base. But anyway, in a mission, you're given this arena setting, fairly large though. You're going to be going around, you can talk to NPCs, sometimes they'll trade with you, sometimes they'll offer you items. Typically, what it is you've got this main point of interest on this arena map. You go to it, and that completes your mission. However, there are other question marks on your compass that you can go to, and sometimes it'll be an NPC to talk to, sometimes it'll be a cache of weapons, sometimes it'll be a locked door, you need a lockpick to get in, and then you can get some really cool stuff that way. But once you're done with your run, you activate your portal gun, you go back to your base, and then in the evening, you get to train your skills with your companions, assuming you have any. You start with one already, so you're going to have that. You can also construct tables and put lights down. You can put sleeping beds down and improve the comfort of your base. There's a couple of meters that you have to worry about when it comes to base. There's like companion comfort and power and other things that you'll have to try and keep all in the green so as not to negatively affect your companion's abilities and chances of completing their missions. You can build storage containers and take all the loot that you've got and put them into storage containers. The game, again, reminds me of Fallout 4 that way in its base building. You can look around in your base, you can dismantle scrap just with a push of a button. Just salvage it. Like you can in Fallout 4, and then you can put down various crafting tables, containers, and the like. And then you rinse and repeat. Your ultimate goal is to assault the power plant, but you have to complete these day-to-day missions and assign companions to do these day-to-day missions in order to get enough companions and prepare enough to do the final battle. So that's what you're trying to do, at least in the story mode. There is a free play, which I have not messed with yet. I'm assuming that you can do all of these things in the free play mode. It's just there's no story associated with it. I'll leave you to check that out on your own. What did I think? Well, it's, again, a really beautiful game to look at. Very surreal, very... I love the setting. It's creepy, too. Sometimes you'll come across... points of interest where it's just dolls watching a TV, for example, and, some crazy things are happening, and then you interact with the TV and all the dolls disappear. You'll get little jump scares and little things like that mess with you a little bit. So Igor is not completely sane from the looks of it. Him messing with time or whatever is probably screwing up his sanity a little bit. So you'll be having to deal with that on a regular basis, and I do like that. It's just a nice extra touch. Some people may not like the jump scares, and that's to be fair, But still, I kind of liked the whole setting of it, and I'm sure I haven't gotten to all the different enemy types. Combat was fairly satisfying. Again, a lot of it is stealth-based, so you're going to be observing a patrol, going up behind them, assassinating them. Again, doing so will lower your psyche unless you've got the correct skill. And as you level up, you earn skill points. You have a profile level system, and as you level up, you get skill points. And then there's no skill tree. It's just talk to a companion. Every companion has like 5 or 6 skills they can teach you, and then so you really need to find other companions and then use those skill points to get more skills and get better. What I don't like is that every time you do that, you have to enter this little mini game to show you how to do it. So it doesn't take long. Like I learned cunning or something like that, and I don't lose psyche anymore from killing someone. But I had to go through this stealth mini game with my companion in order to learn it, and that was annoying. Imagine doing that every time you and let's say like if you're playing a Path of Exile or something, and the skill tree in that game is huge. Could you imagine having to do a small tutorial on every skill that you take or upgrade? Ugh. So I'm just saying, like, that's a little annoying. But there's also a food system. At the end of every day, you also have to assign food to your companion, so you'll be on the lookout for food rations to dish out. So yeah, there's a survival element to this game. There's a base building element. There's a stealth loot system to this game. Combat, again, fairly satisfying. You can modify weapons to some degree. Like, you pick a part of the gun, and then you can upgrade it. Again, very similar to the Fallout 4 base building system. Like, you've got this armor crafting station or this weapon crafting station. You can modify weapons there. Oh, I want to modify the trigger. It can either be upgraded to do this thing over here, this pull trigger. This other part of the gun can be upgraded to do this. So this, I can add a sight. That'll add stability, whatever. So, again, it's got a mix of different genres and games going on here. But overall, I did like my experience. Again, my only real complaint with it was the fact that I crashed twice in the 4 hours that I played it. But other than that, I do want to keep coming back to it. I want just a dozen containers full of stuff. I want, like, I want the best weapons. I want to craft the best things, and I do want to see the story through. I want to see if he can actually rescue Tatiana or not. And the whole time travel element thing has me intrigued as well. So there you go. I think it's worth it, especially on a sale. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.